am I really called to this? Am I going to be happy? Is this what God wants for me?
Wow, I wonder if I could be a priest.
The priest mentioned he has 3 parishes stretched over half of the county. And I just felt this little excitement, like, I could do that, mission territory.
I was dating some girls, and I was trying to get them to be Catholic.
Well, when I was a little kid, like, people would tell me I'd make a good priest. But I didn't think much of it back then. When I'm in 4th grade, I think about what I want to do with my life. And
It's in 8th grade when I was altar serving a lot, and just people in church, whether it be my dad or the man in the pew or whoever, would say, I think you'd make a good priest. Have you ever thought about it?
So it wasn't until high school, I think about sophomore year or so. Basically, I got a letter from my pastor saying that he thinks I might make a good priest and inviting me to an Operation Andrew, which is basically an informational event about priesthood and discernment. It involves prayer and a meal with the Archbishop and some question and answer. And I figured it wouldn't hurt to go, so I went there with them. And from that I thought, well, this is something I could look into. This doesn't seem so bad. And that's what really kind of snowballed the whole thing.
And I started to actually think about it like they asked me to.
So I was learning more about my faith, and as I learned more, I started praying more. And as I started praying more, I started to Mass more. And it kind of snowballed into wow, I wonder if I could be a priest.
I think people think typically of seminary, we all sit with our hands folded and kneel down. That is true. We do pray, and we learn how to pray well.
I pray a lot more than I used to.
Seminary is just conducive for prayer.
But then in seminary, I was introduced to liturgy of the hours, going deeper with both the required prayers that the Church gives us, but also then with personal prayers. And so I have a relationship with God that's been deepened through both of those that I have not had before seminary. It's definitely a multi-layered approach to it as well.
We can serve the Church through the priestly ministry, but it's also about developing yourself to be more like the man Jesus Christ and to go out and to serve his flock and his church.
The human formation, learning about yourself. Okay, what strengths do I have that I can bring to the priesthood? What weaknesses do I have that I need to work on?
We went to Columbus, to the Josephinum. There's about 7 or 8 of us, seminarians, and to the basketball tournament. We won a semifinal game on the last second shot, and then we beat Josephinum in the finals by like 30, and it was just a fun time, and we won it, and it was awesome.
It's great to be able to know that I'm going to be part of that brotherhood and part of that lifelong fraternity.
There's a good fraternity aspect to it. You meet a seminarian and there's an instant connection with them, and it's easy to talk to them because you just really can relate to them. You know what they're going through, and that brotherhood is very much there throughout the whole process.
There's also the discernment of it. It starts out with, okay, am I called to be a priest? Is this what the Lord wants me to do? And then, if it becomes more certain over time, it turns to then, okay, how can I be a good and holy priest?
I think the biggest challenge and just maybe doubt is that can I really be effective as a priest? Can I really bring people to Christ?
Those challenges and doubts are hard to deal with, but they are dealt with through the help of a spiritual director and through personal prayer and trust. And I think these questions will arise no matter what you're choosing, whether you're deciding to be married, whether you're deciding to be a police officer, or even go to college. Just trusting in God's desire for you to be happy and to serve Him is very important.
I would say if you're thinking about it, you should try it. There's something to lose. Even if you decide that it's not your vocation, you're going to come out a better man. You're going to go in, you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot about yourself, become more in tune with what you're going through spiritually and through spiritual direction and things like that. And so there's really nothing to lose. I think if you decide that your vocation is to marriage, then you're going to be a better husband. So I'd say give it a try.
It can seem daunting, and it sure did when I was first looking into seminary. Take it a day at a time.